Hi everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. Part of my voice still have a little bit of an upper respiratory, so I've got a little bit of a challenge in a voice. We had spoke about last week that we were going to talk about today is May is also Stroke Month. And why is it so necessary that we be aware of it? But more important, why is stroke awareness important for our senior loved ones? We know the signs and symptoms. We should be knowing the signs and symptoms for our senior loved ones as well, especially for ones that are living alone or are unmanaging their eating habits and don't frequently go to their physician for checkups. So, Stroke Awareness Month is observed in the United States during the month of May. The month aims to create public awareness and stroke risk factors and to lessen the occurrence of stroke in the USA. A stroke is a medical condition where poor blood flow to the brain results in cell death. There are two types of strokes: ischemic stroke, which occurs in the lack of blood flow, and hemorrhagic stroke, which also occurs in bleeding. Both conditions cause parts of the brain to stop functioning properly. A stroke happens in America in every 40 seconds, and someone dies of it every 4 minutes. Pretty scary. So we're going to talk about preventative measures as well too. The history of Stroke Awareness Month, believe it or not, strokes have been reported as far back as 2000 BC in ancient Mesopotamia and Persia. It was first described by Hippocrates as he discovered the phenomenon of sudden paralysis that is often associated with ischemia. He called the condition paroxysly, which is Greek for struck down with violence. Couldn't describe it any better. In 1599, the word stroke was used as a synonym for these types of seizures and fairly literal translation of the Greek term. So it, of course, progressed with a lot of discovery, a lot of education, and the different types of strokes and what actually occurs. It could be pulmonary embolism, thrombolism, is really something that is where the blood vessels are condensed and they break loose the blood clots and causes a stroke as well too, besides a pulmonary embolism. So very important that the term brain attack is also the underlying acute nature of a stroke according to the American Stroke Association. And the term has been used since 1990. It is used colloquially to refer to both ischemic as well as hemorrhagic strokes. Annually, more than 795,000 people in America have a stroke. Of this number, approximately 610,000 are people living with their first stroke. Very, very scary. So no matter what age one should be aware of, and us being caretakers or caregivers or the children of senior loved ones is something that we should be aware of, not only for ourselves, for our own conditions, but that for our senior loved ones. Stroke Awareness Month frequently asked questions. What month is National Stroke Awareness Month? It is May. What color ribbon is worn for Stroke Awareness Month? Red and white. What foods can trigger a stroke? Foods that are high in saturated fats, trans fats, cholesterol, and salt can raise blood pressure levels and therefore lead to a stroke. So somebody that has hypertension, has a lot of problems with their salt intake or control of it, no matter with medication and oil, a diet is going to be able to curb that a little bit with the medication, but more importantly, they're more at risk. So that's why people that have hypertension should be more on the cue of what could possibly be from it. Why is Stroke Awareness Month so important? Number one, it saves lives. Helping people know more about a stroke and how it can affect their lives can lead to people taking the most better care of themselves. This would also reduce the number of hospital visits due to strokes. Two, it helps the economy. With so many people visiting the hospital as a result of having a stroke, comes to the need for proper resources to treat them. If people are better sensitized, their resources would be saved up for other uses. I couldn't agree more. A lot of our emergency rooms are very crowded, maybe, too crowded that they can't tend to the people that are necessary, or and could triage them quicker because of what is in the ER that is clustering and making it very hard for the clinicians to treat the most important ones, or facilitating them along to maybe be admitted and have a watchful eye or an observation. So yes, it does help the economy, because honestly, even we are so short with doctors today, emergency room doctors, primary care physicians, all neurologists, neurosurgeons. There is so much of a shortage of physicians coming into the workplace, but guess what? Is also nurses. Nurses are very on a shortage as well, so they can tend to the patients at a quicker rate, or they might have a higher ratio within the hospital setting. So it does really affect the economy. Three, it encourages healthy living. Apart from encouraging people to live a life that will help them lower the risk of a stroke, it also encourages healthy living in other ways, such as eating healthy food and exercising. 5 ways to prevent a stroke. 1, lower your blood pressure. A leading cause of stroke is high blood pressure, so by lowering it, it can reduce your chances. 2, stop smoking. Smoking doubles the risk of stroke, as nicotine in cigarettes raises blood pressure, and carbon monoxide in smoke lowers the amount of oxygen your blood can carry. 3, reduce your alcohol intake. Too much alcohol raises your blood pressure as well as your triglycerides and can lead to a stroke. Also, that means the sugars in your body as well. And, somebody that has diabetes is also very much at risk for it. So 4 is a good way is to exercise. Not exercising can lead to obesity, high cholesterol, diabetes, and high blood pressure, which is a recipe for a stroke. 5, eat healthy. Eat lots of healthy foods such as fruits and vegetables, and cut down on foods in saturated fat and salt, as they can clog your arteries. So how do we observe Stroke Awareness Month? 1, go for a checkup, be a little bit more in the care of your future, and see a doctor more often. Donate to a charity, which is so important, so this way they can give more information out to the community, and spread the awareness. Spreading the awareness about strokes, it actually, and its dangers, can actually help prevent it in others. So for our seniors that are living home alone, as we discussed, their diets are very, very important. They become very prone to just eating something really quickly, maybe high in saturated fats, but more importantly, if they're frozen dinners, they're high in salt. So again, they're not eating the fresh foods, and I get it. Living home alone, it's just easy just to eat something quick, eating by yourself, and just to get it over with. That's why senior living is wonderful, because there's a watchful eye on those individuals, but they get to eat, enjoy the ambience of dining with others as well too, and it's healthy living food as well. Also, the exercise. A lot of our seniors become very prone to sitting down all day and not exercising. They're not even having good balance or anything, because they're not doing much in walking around the house. Again, I can't describe it enough, is that, if you don't use it, you lose it kind of theory is in senior living. What a great environment to be in. There's yoga classes, there's stretching classes, there is all different kinds of exercising classes, but under the view of a professional that's there as well too. Physical therapy and all the different therapies are offered a lot in senior living, maybe from an outside provider or an inside provider as well. But walking around the senior community, even under the roof, their hallways is a form of exercise, of course, in safe conditions. Because guess what? It's all level flooring, but more importantly, you might use an assisted device more prone to it. Of course, you have ones that are walkers that have seats so you could rest, or during your walk during the hallways, there's a lot of seating areas to rest as well. They have a lot of walking paths around the community as well, and there's a lot of walking groups, again, under the eyesight of somebody that is partaking, a professional that's partaking in it with you. So I can't stress enough that when these people have tendencies, our senior loved ones living home alone, they're not eating right. There's not a watchful eye over them 24/7. They're not exercising enough, and they're really, really prone to eating something really quick, maybe very high in sugar or high in cholesterol as well, just to get it over with, the eating. But that's where senior living comes in handy, and it is a lifestyle that you're living. So stroke awareness, start early learning it, not only for yourselves, also for your senior loved ones. So let's prevent a stroke from happening, and eat healthy and exercise. We're going to be going into next week is going to be June, believe it or not, our 6th month of the year. I don't know where the last 5 months have passed. And what we're going to talk about, because it's very special to the hearts of our seniors, is June is awareness for Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. So we're going to talk about that at great length, and how we all can make a difference with a senior with their Alzheimer's and brain awareness. So that's what we're going to be doing next week, and that falls on June 3rd on Tuesday Talks. In the interim, please go view my website. It is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will find my information, my contact information, how to get in touch with me. Also, my bio, testimonials, various options of senior living, resources, and a whole library of all these video talks on all different subjects. So by all means, if there's something that you would like to discuss or a topic, please write to me, shoot me a line, and I'll do my research and my education on it and present it at a later time. So thank you so much for viewing Tuesday Talks. Please take heed on this very important subject about stroke awareness, not only for yourself, but for your senior loved ones. Thank you. Have a blessed week, and take care of yourself before you take care of somebody else, like your senior loved one. Bye-bye now. Thank you.